Today's episode of Aquatic Wetline is brought to you by Oasis Aquatics. Find your oasis today. Find your next fish at oasisaquaticsnj.com. Check out Oasis Aquatics on Facebook and Instagram.
Welcome to the incredible world of the Amazon, home to a diverse range of aquatic and rainforest animals. Get ready to encounter the fearsome piranhas, known for their sharp teeth and ferocious feeding frenzies. Witness the breathtaking beauty of the macaws, with their vibrant feathers and melodious calls echoing through the rainforest. Come face to face with the mighty anacondas, the largest snakes in the world, as they navigate their way through the Amazon's waterways. Meet plenty of other aquatic and rainforest creatures from the Amazon. Ready to dive deeper into the wonders of the Amazon? Join Aqua Alex right now from the Amazon. Life in Amazon goes live in.
Good evening, tropical fish keepers. Welcome to an all-new episode of Life in the Amazon. I'm your host, the one and the only South American fish keeper, Aqua Alex CARDINALE. Today on Life in the Amazon, I'm going to be talking about 4 popular cichlid species from South America. Today, we're going to be talking about 4 of my favorite South American cichlids. These are really popular in the aquarium hobby. 3 of the species we are talking about today are super popular in the aquarium hobby. And the last species that we're going to talk about today is kind of rare in the aquarium hobby, considering there is another fish that shares the same name as this South American cichlid, but that other fish is a man-made hybrid that has a lot of deformities. So today on Life in the Amazon, I'm going to be talking about Severums, chocolate cichlids, Uaru, and true South American parrot cichlids. What these cichlids have in common is that they are all from the Amazon River and they're all from South America. And generally speaking, they're all semi-aggressive, but they're more on the docile side compared to a jaguar from Central America or a doveye from Central America or even a red terror from South America. So I'm going to give you information on Severums, Uarus, chocolate cichlids, and true parrot cichlids. And then I am going to share photos and videos of each fish. I also have personal photos of my 2 rock-keel Severums and my mouth-brooding Heros libifier Severum. And I've got a video of my new true parrot cichlid that I got from my supporter, Oasis Aquatics. So this is going to be a really fun edition of Life in the Amazon. As always, I want to say thank you to everyone that is watching this show, whether you're watching live or you're catching the replay of today's episode. I greatly appreciate your view. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and I hope you enjoy this live stream. If you have questions or you have thoughts on Severums, Uarus, chocolate cichlids, or true parrot cichlids, please post them in the comments, and I will make sure to answer your questions. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start by talking about Severums cichlids. I love my Severums. They're one of my personal favorite cichlids of all time. So we need a hero right now. Heros is the Severums scientific name. So let's learn about Severums right now here on Life in the Amazon. And I'm going to begin by talking about what I like about Severums. So what I like about Severums is that they have great coloration. They start off with a green color, and they can have different types of spotting on their bodies. They can have red on their bodies. So I love the coloration that Severums have. I also love that there are plenty of different Severum species out there that you can keep in the home aquarium. You've got the rot-keel Severum, you've got the spotted Severum, you've got the turquoise Severum, you've got the green Severum, and from the green Severum comes the gold Severum and the super red Severum. And I also like the fact that Severums are very easy to keep and they're very affordable in the aquarium hobby. Even the rarer Severums can be very affordable as well. I mean, the most I've paid for a Severum was like $80, and that was for my Heros libifier that's in the 125 behind me. So that's what I like about Severums. They're easy to keep, they're very colorful, they're hardy, and they can adjust to very different water parameters, and they'll eat anything, and they're very affordable. All right, so now let's learn about Severums. Here is some information on Severums. Heros is their scientific name, and Heros is a genus of cichlids native to the Amazon, Orinoco, and Esquabo river basins in South America. They were previously included in genus Cyclosoma before its restriction to the distinct group of port cichlids. So many years ago, Severums were classified as port cichlids, but today, port cichlids are essentially just acaras. The Heros species most commonly encountered in the aquarium trade are fish preferable to the species Heros officinatus. Heros officinatus would be the green Severum, the turquoise Severum, and the rot-keel Severum. However, the trade name generally used is Severum cichlids. Trade fish are often lung-bed special of sports or gold Severums. The provenance of these is not clear, but they seem to have been derived from the base green Severum form that is most closely identified with Heros officinatus. Now, there are a couple of different types of Severums out there. There are at least 10 different types of Severums. So the first Severum, which is the most popular in the aquarium hobby, that would be Heros officinatus, and that includes your green Severum, your turquoise Severum, and then your gold and super red Severum, and your rot-keel Severum. And the Heros officinatus is located throughout the entire Amazon basin. Then you have your Heros libifier. The Heros libifier is a mouth-brooding Severum. It is the only Severum that gives birth to live fish inside its mouth. And the Heros libifier can be found in the Orinoco Basin in South America. Then you have your Heros nautilus, which is the spotted Severum, and you'll find the Heros nautilus in the Rio Negro and Esquabo River in South America. And then you've got your super rare Heros Severums, which is found in Upper Orinoco and Upper Rio Negro basins in South America. Now, the Heros Severums was once thought to be Heros libifier, But in around 2015, 2016, scientists revealed that Heros libifier was its own species and not Heros severus. So those are just some of the different types of Severums out there. So now we're going to talk about the most popular species of Severums that are available in the aquarium hobby. Perhaps the most common available Severum in the aquarium hobby is the green Severum, which is Heros officinatus. That Severum can reach about 12 inches in length, but generally speaking, 10 inches is perhaps the most common size you'll see a green Severum reach. The green Severum will eat anything in the aquarium that you feed. So market shrimp, tilapia, earthworms, flakes, pellets, krill. Severums will eat just about anything. And then there is the rock-keel Severum, which in my opinion is just the Rio Nene version of a green Severum. It's a Rio Nene locale of a Heros officinatus. But the rock-keel or red neck or red shoulder Severum is basically a green Severum with a super bright red cherry face. And later on in the show, I'm going to show you my personal Severum. And then we've got Heros libifier, the mouth-brooding Severum. Up until 2014, the libifier was incorrectly believed to be the previously defined Heros severus that was defined in 1840 by Haeckel. Heros severus can be differentiated by having a partially formed band, unlike other Heros, as well as having a red shoulder. The band was originally defined by Haeckel. However, it was dismissed as an anomaly by Kullander, 1986, in the Collected Species. So in 2014, scientists reclassified the mouth-brooding Severum as Heros libifier, and now it is totally different than the Heros severus. And the Heros libifier mouth-brooding Severum is becoming more available in the aquarium hobby. So currently, I have 3 Severums. I have 2 rock-keel Severums, and I have a Heros libifier. And I think, hands down, the Heros libifier has been one of my all-time favorite Severums that I have kept and raised. I'm really enjoying him. But he is super docile compared to the rock keels. The rock keels always chase him around the tank, and the rock keels are actually my tank bullies. They go after my true parrot cichlid, they go after my Heros libifier, and the only fish they don't really go after is the arowana, the datnoid, or the lima chevanos. So anything that's not a cichlid, they leave alone. But they like to chase my mouth-brooding Severum around a lot, and also my true parrot cichlid. But it's probably because I have 1 male rock-keel and 1 female rock-keel Severum. I don't know how that worked out, but I took in a male rock-keel Severum from a friend, and then my supporter and my sponsor, Oasis, sent me another rock-keel. So I ended up getting a pair, and I think right now they're trying to pair up and lay eggs, which I hope they don't, because when Severums lay eggs, they become very vicious. Anyway, right now we're talking about the mouth-brooding Severum, Heros libifier. And like I said, the Heros libifier can be distinguished from other Severum species because it has small spots that form horizontal lines across the lower half of its body. Also, the Heros libifier is a little bit shaped different than the ordinary Severum. It's more rounded. So if you see the Severum with the pink belly on the screen, that is a Heros libifier. Notice how rounded it is compared to the regular Severum. And they're also mouth-brooding, which means they give birth to live babies, as opposed to the other Severums. And they also have generally narrower lips than other species, so larger lips and red eyes. So that's the third most popular species right now, in the aquarium hobby. Other Severum species that you'll likely see for people that import from South America would be Heros Nautilus, which is the spotted Severum. And then there's other variants that are probably different locales of Heros officinatus. So that is information on the wonderful Severum cichlid. Okay. So we have someone from Facebook watching. So, and he says, commonly mistaken as gold barred Midas cichlid. See them marked wrong twice in shops. Yes, unfortunately, sometimes Severums get marked as Midas for some reason. Yep, they're paired or the male is protecting his lady, LOL. That could be true too. All right, so now we're going to talk about chocolate cichlids, another docile cichlid that comes from South America. Unfortunately, at the moment, I'm currently out of chocolate cichlids, but in every one of my South American tanks, I've had chocolate cichlids. Now, there are currently 2 different species of chocolate cichlid. The first one is kind of rare in the aquarium hobby. It is known as the Rio Negro chocolate cichlid, or Hyposacara coryphaenoides. I probably butchered that name. I'm not a scientist, so bear with me. But this one, I would say, is the least colorful of the 2. This is also the smallest of the 2. So this one, even though it's rare in the aquarium hobby, kind of has a lot to desire because it really doesn't get that colorful. Only during breeding does it get colorful, and it stays small. It grows to 8 inches. But having said that, I would consider keeping one if I was able to find them. In my 14 plus years in the aquarium hobby, I've only seen them once at a local fish store, and it was because it was a mistake order. They meant to order the temporalis, and they were sent the Rio Negro chocolate cichlids. But these guys are very cool. Like I said, chocolates are a small genus of cichlids, native to the Amazon and Orinoco basins in South America. Pretty much they cover every area of South America. So the areas that the temporalis don't cover, the Rio Negro chocolate cichlid covers, which is very, very cool. So let's talk about the Rio Negro chocolate first. This one occupies various rivers of the Amazon basin in Venezuela and Brazil, including the Rio Negro, the Rio Trembadas, and the Rio Tapajos. And they inhabit forested areas in sluggish tributaries off the main river channel. The water here is typically stained to dark brown with tannins from decaying organic material, and it is often highly acidic as a result. And they grow to at least 6 inches, which is a lot smaller than the temporalis. Now, this species, like I said, is much rarer in the trade than the temporalis. If the collection locality of the fish is known, identification of the species is easy, as the distribution of the 2 appears not to overlap in nature. Failing this, distinguishing physical characteristics include body shape. The Rio Negro chocolate is more elongated than the quite squat-looking temporalis. There are also differences in color and patterning, although these are less reliable means of identification as they can vary depending on the locality of the fish and also its mood. As a general rule, the dark blotch present on the flanks of the fish occurs on and above the lateral line, usually extending into the dorsal fin in the Rio Negro chocolate, whereas in the temporalis, it is usually on and below the lateral line. And the Rio Negro chocolate also tends to have a much darker overall coloration than its relative. So it is a lot more chocolate-like compared to the temporalis. The temporalis chocolate is known as the emerald cichlid in the aquarium hobby because it is more like an emerald purple. So now we're going to learn about my favorite chocolate cichlid, the most common one, Hipposacara temporalis. So temporalis are very easy to keep. They grow to a foot in length. They have similarities to Oscars, very Oscar-like. They love to eat. They're a little bit more docile than an Oscar, but they can have a mean streak too. It just depends on the individual fish. And as you can see, they look a lot different than the Rio Negro. The temporalis can be green, brown, purple, and to some extent even red, reddish brown, which is really, really cool. So that is the chocolate cichlid. There's only 2 species of chocolate cichlids. In really old aquarium books like Tropical Fish Hobbyist and books on cichlids, they sometimes refer to the Uaru cichlid as a chocolate, but the Uaru cichlid is not a chocolate cichlid in my book. The Uaru cichlid is just a Uaru or a triangle cichlid in my book. So that leads us to our next fish we're going to talk about, which is the Uaru cichlid. So we have a little caption issue on Facebook. Your caption keeps spelling out cichlids. That's funny. 14 years, cool. 52 years for me in our hobby. 45 with reptiles as well. That's awesome. Congratulations on the longevity in the aquarium hobby. I hope you're having a great time in aquariums and reptiles. I wish I could have reptiles. Reptiles seem to be fun animals. All right, right now we're going to talk about Uaru cichlids. So what I like about Uarus is that, to me, they're the poor man's discus. They look like discus, and they even have their fry eating mucus off of them like discus, which is very, very cool. I think Uaru are one of the unique South American cichlids, and that's why I like Uarus. They're very discus-like, but they can live with some of the more semi-aggressive cichlids like Severums, like Oscars, and chocolate cichlids and parrot cichlids. So that's why I like Uarus. Now let's get into some information on Uarus. And like chocolate cichlids, there are 2 types of Uaru. The first Uaru is known simply as Uaru or Uaru A. I can't pronounce the whole name, but if I was going to try, it probably is something like Uaru amphicantoids. Uaru amphicantoids, which is the common Uaru, and then there's Uaru fernandezeppi, which is the panda Uaru. So those are the 2 different species of Uaru. So the name Uaru is the word for toad in one of the languages spoken in the Amazon. Uaru fernandezeppi is chiefly known as the panda Uaru, while Uaru amphicantoids has several different common names, including triangle cichlid and Uaru. Now, as I said earlier, some magazines and aquarium books call the Uaru a chocolate cichlid, but it is not. Now, Uaru amphicantoids lives in the upper Rio Orinoco and in the middle and lower Rio Negro basin in the Amazon basin. They inhabit both black water and white water, and is very abundant in its native range. It is so popular in the Rio Negro basin and the Amazon basin that, unfortunately, it is a food fish, which you can't really say about Severums or chocolate cichlids, because Severums don't get big enough to be food fish, most of the smaller Severums. I really can't really tell you if Severums are food fish or not. I do have a friend that lives in Brazil, and I've asked him when he goes to the fish market, do you see any Heros? And he said no. So that tells me that they don't eat Severums, but they do eat Uaru, which is very interesting. They eat Uaru, they eat Oscars, they eat peacock bass, they eat a few select species of pike cichlids, and I think that's it for cichlids that they eat. So anyway, the Uaru is an omnivore that feeds on crustaceans, worms, insects, fruits, plant matter, and detritus in the wild. So in the home aquarium, you're not going to have any problems keeping and caring for a Uaru. So the Uaru grows about 10 inches in the aquarium hobby. Now let's talk about my personal favorite Uaru. It is the most beautiful of the two, but also the most delicate and most expensive of the two, and that is the panda Uaru. Although if you can get your hands on a true tank-raised, captive-bred panda Uaru, you'll have no problem keeping a panda Uaru in the home aquarium. Now, unlike the regular Uaru, which is found in Peru, Colombia, Brazil, and other areas of the Amazon, the panda Uaru is only known from the Rio Atabapo system in the Rio Orinoco drainage around the border between Venezuela and Colombia. So that's why they're kind of rare in the aquarium hobby. It's because they only come from Venezuela and Colombia, and fishermen can only collect them during certain points of the year. So I've had several opportunities to get them, and every time I went to get them, they sold out quickly. These fish sell out fast. So hopefully next time they're available, I can get them. And they stay smaller than the regular Uaru. They will grow to 8 inches in length, but they're not as hardy as the regular Uaru. They need a lower pH, so basically they're almost discus care. But I'm sure if you get a tank raised one, you'll have much better success rate. But do be aware that a tank raised panda Uaru is like $150 for a 3-incher, whereas you can get a wild caught 3-incher for about $80. So that is information on the beautiful Uaru cichlids. Very, very gorgeous South American cichlids. You can't go wrong with Uarus. So let's check our live comment to see. We have 4 comments here. Let's see. I kept them with my parrots. Yes, Uarus can live with parrot cichlids. Yes, Uarus are actually how Joey, a King of DIY, got started. He was Uaru Joey on YouTube at first. Yes, that's very true. I had tenons from almond leaves in my 180 for my Uaru cichlids. Mangrove roots were my centerpiece. People eat Oscars where you were just talking about. My 2 Uaru were 8 inches. Both pandas found them by accident at a little family fish store. Someone had turned them in because they were too big for their tank. I had them 4 years. Great fish, much like discus. Just pH and GH to watch with them. That's good to know. I definitely would like to get some more, or get some panda Uarus. I almost got some, but it was too late. Someone beat me to the punch. And I haven't seen them available in my area in a long, long time. So hopefully they will become available soon. All right, now we've got one more South American cichlid to talk about, and then it's enough of me talking. It'll be time for the fish to do the talking, because it'll be time for photos and videos of these great South American cichlids. Right now, we're going to talk about the true parrot cichlid, not the man-made hybrid, but the true South American parrot. One of my all-time favorite cichlids. And you know, I spent years needed to get them because I heard that they were docile. I heard that they were super aggressive and that they couldn't really have tank mates, but that was just hearsay online, I think. because the parrot cichlid that I have is very docile. He's getting chased around by my Severum. So unless he smartens up and toughens up, I don't think my parrot's going to be aggressive. But you never know. Fish can change overnight. But anyway, parrot cichlids are very beautiful. The true South American parrot cichlid is very beautiful. I think they should change their name, though. I think these guys should be called the macaw cichlid, because you've got the parrot cichlid from Asia, which is a man-made fish, and you've got this natural beauty, which is a cool fish, much more expensive than the man-made fish, but it's for good reason. They're rare and hard to come by, and they're very beautiful. So at the bottom of the screen, that is my juvenile parrot cichlid, and right now is a mature adult. So as you can see, they go from brown to this vibrant teal blue color, which makes them look very stunning. So let me give you some information on true parrot cichlids. They are a naturally occurring species that inhabits the warm water of South America, specifically Venezuela, Colombia, and Brazil. These fish are not exactly popular in the aquarium hobby, one reason being that not many aquarists own really large aquariums that these fish require, and not many people know about true parrot cichlids. So that's why I'm doing a show like this, to educate more people about true parrot cichlids. And another reason is people that do have large tanks or do want South American cichlids, they choose more showy and popular cichlids like discus, angelfish, Uaru, Severums, festivums, or Oscars. The true parrot cichlid's interesting coloration ranges from blue to green to olive hued, and some local varieties are colored red with a red throat, underbelly, and iris. Adult fish, when fed well and kept in appropriate conditions, look absolutely incredible. In addition to their base colors, there are distinctive spots placed in a line along its flanks, as well as dark green patches and gray strips on the sides. And a specimen that is excited or nervous will darken in the blink of an eye, similar to a chocolate cichlid or an Oscar. In their natural environment, the true parrot cichlid inhabits flooded and forest areas, usually in black water conditions typical of the Rio Negro. The water in the aquarium should be slightly acidic, 5.5 to 6.4, very soft with negligible mineral content, and with a warmer than typical temperature of 81 to 86. Now I have my pH at 6.4 to 7.2, and he's dry, so they can adjust to any parameter really, but try to keep it as close as possible. Adding driftwood, oak leaves, or peat moss to provide some added tannins will greatly benefit the true parrot cichlid. And the true parrot cichlid will grow to be about a foot long, sometimes even larger. So they do require a large aquarium, as large as you can go. I would say 125 minimum for a true parrot cichlid. All right, that is all the information I have for you. Now I can rest my voice for a little while because my voice is getting dry. Now it's time for the fun part of life in the Amazon. Now it is time to show off some photos and videos of these gorgeous fish. Welcome, Aquarium Obsession. Very, very cool. Kept true parrots, and they are misunderstood fish. I definitely agree. They were not very aggressive. I wish I could keep them again. Gorgeous cichlids. Absolutely, they are 100% gorgeous. No, if you say parrot cichlids, everyone thinks of blood parrots. I know, unfortunately, since they have flooded our hobby the past 20 years. True parrots need space to roam because they are not stationary fish. Bogwood works good with them. Watch your lids with your true parrots. They are glass lid breakers. That's cool, though. I like fish that do that. No, I'm only kidding. But yeah, they could definitely break lids considering they can grow over a foot, and they're probably very strong fish as well. They put on a lot of bulk as cichlids get larger. All right, so now it's time for the fun part of our show. It's time for photos and videos of these 4 South American cichlids. I'm going to show you some videos of my personal South American Severums and Parrot cichlids, and also a couple of photos of personal fish that I've had in the past. So right now, let's start with some photos of these great fish. So here is a picture of a Heros libifier, mouth-brooding Severum. So this breaks down their scientific name, Heros libifier, and libifier means children carrier. That refers to the oral incubation, unique in this genus. So that's the Heros libifier. Have you ever wondered what juvenile rotkeel Severums look like? Well, here is an image of what juvenile rotkeel Severums look like. So these look like they're about 3 inches, and they're just starting to get that bright orange red head. Rotkeel Severums also go by so many common names: orange shoulder Severum, red shoulder Severum, red head Severum, and rotkeel Severum. And then we've got the beautiful Heros Nautilus, which is the spotted Severum. Very, very cool, rare Severum that comes from Brazil. And this is another beautiful Heros Nautilus from my friends at tangledupincichlids.com. So that's a beautiful one. And then I found this beautiful picture on Facebook of a great giant green Severum and a great Uaru. Very, very cool. So here is an image of some beautiful panda Uaru cichlids. Very, very beautiful. These are more colorful than the true Uaru cichlid, the ordinary Uaru cichlid. And this is a ordinary Uaru here from Aqua Mojo. So this picture is courtesy of Aqua Mojo. Very beautiful Uaru. And here are some of my personal Uaru. I had 2 Uaru last year that I got from Oasis Aquatics, and unfortunately I lost them in November. So those are the Uarus that I had. And speaking of Uaru, there's actually another variant of the Uaru that I forgot to mention, and that is the orange Uaru. The orange Uaru comes from Colombia and I believe an area of Brazil. And you'll know why they're orange, because most of their body is colored orange. These guys are extremely rare in the hobby, so if you do find them, they're probably going to be a lot of big bucks, but they're definitely worth it. And this is a photo of my pair of rotkeel Severums. Very, very cool. And this is my Heros libifier that I was telling you about. He's just starting to get the pink spots and the pink belly and the pink coloration. So it'll grow, when it grows larger, it'll get more of that intense pink. Here is my pair of chocolate cichlids that I had. Very, very nice. Chocolates are beautiful. And then this is the male of the pair that I had. Very, very cool. And last but not least, we've got photos of parrot cichlids. This is actually the parrot cichlid that I received from Oasis Aquatics, I believe. So this is a picture of Oasis Aquatics true parrot cichlid. So very, very beautiful. And then we've got the stunning adult. This is what parrot cichlids turn out to look like. Very, very beautiful. All right, so let's see here. We've got some more questions to answer. All right, here's a good question. Did you explain what mouth brooding means to your audience? A lot of hobbyists have no idea what that means, just a suggestion. So mouth brooding is actually a term which means live birth inside a mouth. So oral birth, I guess you could say. So they give birth to live young from inside their mouth, and the fry comes out of their mouth. So it's much like your African cichlids, like your mbunas, where you have to go in there and strip them out. You don't have to do that with these guys. You can let them do it naturally, but you can strip them out too if you want. Turquoise Severums are very, very, very beautiful. Where on Facebook did you? Was very gorgeous. I believe it was the Uaru and Heros Facebook group. So Heros Severums and Uaru Facebook group. That picture was on, I believe. All right. I bet predatory fins can get any Uaru. They have insane connections. I'm sure they can. And other places can get them as well, too. Very, very true. All right, so now it's time for some videos here on life in the Amazon. So right now, my first video is going to be of my personal Severums, my personal past Severums, and my personal current Severums. Check it out.
Yo, it's been a while, man. Hey yo, guess who's back? Drip, 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 drip. Let it all drip, 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 drip. Let the swag drip, 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 drip. Let it all drip, 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 drip. Let the swag. Hey yo. Yeah, it's been a minute. Good 7 years since you heard me spit it. Clean up nice, you should see the inside. Got a new flow on the southeast side. Time I run it back, haters need a Tampax. Heard the kid was sick, now I'm spitting anthrax. Don't try me, feeling lively. Looking like Blake, y'all know where to find me. Back in the booth, long overdue. Let the crew know, the tide is the truth. I am not finished, swag still dripping. Got a full sack, about to go swimming. Said I got this, call a locksmith. Y'all need a new set, I got the locks picked. I ain't blowing smoke, had to switch it up. Saw the lane open, took it straight to the cup. Drip, 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 drip. Let it all drip, 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 drip. Let the swag drip, 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 drip. Let it all drip, 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 drip. Let the swag. Oh, you didn't know? Let me remind you. Know you hear my footsteps right behind you. Took a different route, still push weight. Who you know like me, set the record straight. Put it on paper, put it on wax. Let them take shots, watch the cash stack. All about mine, hit like a gold mine. Jordan on the baseline, y'all nosedive. This is too easy, y'all suspect. Came back like a ghost, can't dissect. Time to collect, y'all got a head start. I just let it drip, serve the shit a la carte. Got what you want, said you need a fix. All that other rap shit ain't equipped.
So those were my beautiful Severums, Heros Rockkeel and Heros Libifier. Now let's see my beautiful true Parrot cichlid.
Yo, it's been a while, man. Hey yo, guess who's back? Drip, 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 drip. Let it all drip, 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 drip. Let the swag drip, 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 drip. Let it all drip, 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 drip. Let the swag. Hey yo. Yeah, it's been a minute. Good 7 years since you heard me spit it. Clean up nice, you should see the inside. Got a new flow on the southeast side. Time I run it back, haters need a Tampax. Heard the kid was sick, now I'm spitting anthrax. Don't try me, feeling lively. Looking like Blake, y'all know where to find me. Back in the booth, long overdue. Let the crew know, the tide is the truth. I am not finished, swag still dripping. Got a full sack, about to go swimming. Said I got this, call a locksmith. Y'all need a new set, I got the locks picked. I ain't blowing smoke, had to switch it up. Saw the lane open.
right, so that was my true parrot cichlid and my Severums. Those were my personal fish. And Matt says, I love that pike cichlid you got. Thank you very much. That is my orange Singu 1 pike from Oasis Aquatics. So if you're in the market for true orange pikes, check out Oasis Aquatics NJ.com. And Matt also says your little Oscar is getting nice color. Thank you once again. I greatly appreciate that. Now here is a video of some beautiful Heros libifiers that I found on Facebook. Very, very cool fish. And our final video before we take a quick intermission is a video of some beautiful panda Uaru. Very beautiful fish. All right now, Life in the Amazon is going to take a quick intermission, which is brought to us by our friends at Oasis Aquatics, Aquascapeonline, Little Egypt Aquarium Club, and the wonderful Facebook group, Aquarium Obsession. When I come back from intermission, we'll have some final videos to play showing you more beautiful Uaru, Severums, and true parrot cichlids. So we're back with more right after this quick intermission and the quick promo for this week's Saturday Live.
So my name is Tom. I started fish keeping when my grandfather dug a fish tank out of the attic when I was about 5 years old.
So my name's Matt. I'm part of Oasis Aquatics. Been doing this for a long time. Started when I was about 7 years old. 22 years of doing this business.
I'm 29 years old now. I never stopped. There wasn't a day in between where I did not think about fish keeping.
I was doing a vet tech job for many years. Eventually I stopped that because this is my passion in my life.
Matt and I have known each other far too long, as many friendships should be.
And you're like, you know what? We need a fish store. There's no fish stores around here. So we had to make it easy access for everyone, to have many varieties from the little small stuff for everyone to the monster fish keeper people.
No matter what it is that you're looking to do, we can provide it for you.
Aquascapeonline is proud to support Alex CARDINALE and Aquatic Wetline. Aquascapeonline is an online exotic freshwater fish shop owned by Pedro Villegas, who specializes in piranhas, stingrays, cichlids, catfish, and more. Aquascapeonline has been monster fish keepers' go-to place for exotic large growing predatory fish for over a decade. Looking for a specific type of piranha? Aquascape carries both Pygocentris and Cerasalmus. We also have Exodon tetras, wolf fish, African tiger fish, and other toothy aquatic monsters. Check us out today. www.aquascapeonline.com.
Little Egypt Aquarium Club is a proud supporter of Alex CARDINALE and Aquatic Wetline. Little Egypt Aquarium Club is an aquarium club in Redbud, Illinois, but it's also an online tropical fish supplies website. On the Little Egypt Aquarium Club website, you'll find tropical fish food such as repashy and flakes. You'll also find medications and breeding supplies and even live angel fish. Everything and anything you may need for your freshwater aquarium can be found at Little Egypt Aquarium Club. Orders over $200, get free shipping. Little Egypt Aquarium Club is giving a 10% discount by using the code ALEX. Remember, save 10% by using coupon code ALEX. Little Egypt Aquarium Club, my Shopify. Come.
Do you have kids who want to get a fish tank? Do your kids want to enter the aquarium hobby? The aquarium hobby is very relaxing and rewarding, but it can be quite the undertaking for a first-time hobbyist. Luckily, there is one young man who was once in your shoes. He decided to research and learn about the aquarium hobby, and used his experiences to write and publish a book for future kids entering the aquarium hobby. Introducing Fish Keeping for Kids, written and published by Brian Conway. Everything you need to know about the aquarium hobby in one book. Fish Keeping for Kids is a guide to keeping fish and other aquatic creatures. It uses easy-to-read language and images to help the information be easily understood. While it was written especially for kids 8 years old and up, it is a good guide for people of any age. This book covers all the basics and some intermediate level topics to help someone get started and learn more about caring for fish and other aquatic animals. What do you get from Fish Keeping for Kids? Friendly. It was written by a kid for kids. Simple. Written in easy to understand language for kids and adults. Informative. Full of charts, graphs, and diagrams to make it easy to follow along with. Complete. All of the things someone should know when they start fish keeping. For more information and to purchase a copy of Fish Keeping for Kids, please visit www.fishkeepingforkids.com. That's fishkeepingforkids.com.
Do you have an obsession for aquariums and tropical fish? Well, so does Alex CARDINALE, and that's why he is now an admin on the wonderful Facebook fish keeping and aquarium group Aquarium Obsession. It's also why I'm so happy to tell you about this group. It is a place for every fish keeper, whether you are keeping freshwater or saltwater or even goldfish. We also welcome reptile and amphibian enthusiasts. Aquarium Obsession is one of the only Facebook fish keeping groups where our members come first, and we want them to feel part of our fish family. Members are encouraged to participate in group activities such as Aquatic YouTube Thursdays. Fish tubers are welcome to share any of their fish keeping or reptile videos on Thursdays. We also have knowledgeable staff including Alex. So what are you waiting for? Come find out what the obsession is about our group. Check out Aquarium Obsession on Facebook today and join our group. Type Aquarium Obsession in the search bar or go to this link, www.facebook.com/groups/JOMF group.
Get ready for the next Saturday Live. The next Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale airs live Saturday, March 23, 2024, at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and it will be a great show setting the stage for Easter. The animal of the week will be the raccoon. Learn about North America's inquisitive mammal. The Oasis Aquatics featured fish is a Lake Malawi African cichlid known as Super VC10 cichlid. Aquascapeonline featured fish is the Luteus pleco. Aqua Alex features the bright red jewel cichlid. Chef Alex will have 3 delicious recipes: a Lent-friendly recipe, a diabetic-friendly recipe, and an Easter recipe. Alex will discuss things to do for Easter and will answer the question, are bunnies good pets? As WrestleMania 40 draws closer, WWE fan Alex Cardinale will discuss 2 more great WrestleMania matches. Yankees fan Alex Cardinale previews the New York Yankees 2024 regular season. Sergeant Slaughter will have facts on Lion Country Safari and Carvel ice cream. All that and more live Saturday, March 23, 2024 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific only on YouTube channel The Real Alex Cardinale. Be there or be square.
All right, welcome back to the 43rd episode of Life in the Amazon. Tonight we have been talking about Heros Severums, chocolate cichlids, Uaru, and true parrot cichlids. And before we went to intermission, I gave you some information on each cichlid, and I shared pictures and videos of them. Now we're going to conclude the show with 3 more videos. A video of Uaru and 2 videos of true parrot cichlids. So here is our next video. It is a video on Uarus. Check it out. Very, very nice fish. Well, this next video is actually from our supporters, and it's from Oasis Aquatics, and it's a video of their true parrot cichlids eating. Check it out. Very, very cool. And our final video this evening is a adult true parrot cichlid. Alrighty, fish keepers. That is everything I have for you on this episode of Life in the Amazon. I hope you enjoyed learning about Severums, Uarus, chocolate cichlids, and more. I hope you enjoyed seeing the photos and videos of these fish and of my personal Severums and true parrot cichlid. On the next episode of Life in the Amazon, episode 44, I'll be talking about more popular South American cichlids. I'll be talking about freshwater angelfish, Petrophyllum. I'll be talking about discus, and I will be talking about festivums. So in a couple of weeks, learn about angelfish, discus, and festivums here on our next episode of Life in the Amazon. So if you enjoyed the show, please hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Real Alex Cardinale, for more awesome episodes. And then check out our previous 42 episodes of Life in the Amazon. Just go to my YouTube channel, The Real Alex Cardinale, and go to my Life in the Amazon playlist. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Go get yourselves a Severum, a Uaru, a chocolate cichlid, or a true parrot cichlid if you don't have one. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your night, and happy fish keeping, everybody. Aqua Alex Cardinale saying adios from Green Acres, Florida. Today's episode of Aquatic Wetline is brought to you by Oasis Aquatics. Find your oasis today. Find your next fish at oasisaquaticsnj.com. Check out Oasis Aquatics on Facebook and Instagram.
Thank you very much for watching this livestream of the Real Alex Cardinale YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed the show. I want to thank you all for your patronage for the last 10 years. It's going to be incredible riding into the future with more awesome live streams and videos. Aqua Alex Cardinale, Chef Alex Cardinale, WWE fan Alex Cardinale, Detective Alex Cardinale, and the Real Alex Cardinale would like to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this live stream, please smash that like button. If you are new to my YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button and become a legendary viewer and a legendary Cardinale. Check out the Real Alex Cardinale on social media. Facebook Alex Cardinale, American Alex. Instagram instagram.com/Alex Cardinale 93. Fish keepers, please join our amazing Facebook fish keeping group Aquarium Obsession. Check out and support Oasis Aquatics, our amazing supporter since July of 2023. www.oasisaquaticsnj.com. Follow Oasis Aquatics on Facebook and Instagram. Have a good night and thanks for watching. Stay legendary.